Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. Hopefully you're having an awesome Thursday and that you have some really great weather. So we're here to chat about a couple of different topics, but first I'm going to say a huge thank you to all of my patrons. I know that we've got some new ones that have joined us, probably because we're giving out the sneak peek fire sale videos on Thursdays, which is today. I think 2 weeks ago I put it out around 5 p.m. Last week I think it was out around 7 or 8 p.m. But my guarantee is you'll get it before 10 p.m. on Thursday. So whether or not you want to watch it Friday morning before the actual fire sale or late Thursday night, go for it. So we will definitely be doing that today. And so we'll be setting up for the fire sale this afternoon. And then you'll get a sneak peek if you're a patron. So if you're interested in becoming a patron, you can just click the link in the description below and it just says support my channel, and for as little as $5 a month you get access to everything on the patron page. So there's some fun behind the scenes videos we've stuck on there. I think there's a video of Paul and I and how we even got started, that we just have a candid chat about how it all began, so that's kind of a fun one. But today we're going to talk about some fun topics. How do you avoid not keeping everything? So that's a fun one for me, just because it really is legitimately a struggle for me. And then the other one that we're going to talk about is your death pile. What do I mean by death pile? That pile of stuff that you really just don't know what to do with. The items don't sell individually, so what do I do with it? Or it's broken, or it's out of the package, so you throw it in a tote, and then suddenly you've got 5 of those totes in your house, and you're like, how did this happen? I look like I can't get rid of stuff, and now it's a just big cluttered mess. So we're going to talk about both of those topics today. But first, we definitely want to have a shout out from you guys. Paul will be joining us here in just a moment. And so he's just making sure that the video is all centered up and that we're streaming well. So he'll be joining us and he'll be reading your shout outs. And so also, just as a reminder, this is a live stream. The live stream is the only time that you can actually donate live. And so if you would like to do that, buy me a coffee, buy Paul a Coke Zero, just as an saying thanks for all of the content that we put out, you're welcome to do that. So, and we'll definitely give you a shout out and say thanks. Also, if you love this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. We like to try to get around 50 on our live streams on Thursday. And if we got more than 50, I would give you a woot woot.
There you go.
So anyway, you
have 12 now.
I have 12 already. So if you can't find the thumbs up, it's always close your chat window and then open it back up. Also, there's 2 different options for chat. There's a top chat and a live chat. And so if you click to the live chat, you will see every single chat comment rather than just the ones that YouTube selects. And so I usually try to flip to the live chat just so that I get to see every comment. So are you on the live chat?
I am here.
Awesome.
Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, let's give some shout outs.
Okay, Aline Robinson says, hi, Heather and Paul from Perth, Australia. Time is midnight there.
Awesome. Aline, I already shipped your box, just so you know.
Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. You got to be careful now. Anytime you cough, people think you have COVID.
Yep.
It's not COVID, I promise. I just have a cough. Carrie says, hello and a wave.
Hello, Carrie.
Sue Marie Isabel says, good morning from Washington.
Awesome.
Margaret Hall says, good afternoon, my favorite Hooks family.
Hi, Margaret.
Barbara Nelson says, good morning from Ohio.
Hello, hello.
Tammy says, good morning from Tallahassee, Florida.
Awesome.
Kimmy says,
hey, does she have a last name you can't pronounce? Is that the deal?
I'm not sure how to say it.
Okay.
Hey, guys, it's Kimberly Waves. Hope everyone's well. Levon says, good morning. Ra'ana, 34, says, good morning.
Awesome.
Word Vendor 1 says, hi from mid-Missouri. They said, received my big fire sale box yesterday. It was like Christmas.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Levon says, I've been watching your unboxings for quite a while, but never have seen a question live.
Awesome. Well, ask away, because we will definitely answer questions.
DeLorean Fan 81.
DeLorean.
That's right.
I want a car with doors that open like that.
That would be cool. Hi, guys. I already hit the thumbs up.
Nice. We're at 21.
21. You can read that? That's good. Helen says, good morning from San Francisco. Alan Robinson says, thank you for that, for shipping her box there. Okay, we're caught up. You want to go for it?
Sure. All right. So one of the biggest problems when you're doing any kind of reselling is you go to, like, let's just start small. You're going to the thrift store. I had this problem really majorly before until Paul started going with me. But I would go to the thrift store and try to find some really good deals. And, oh, that's a cute top. I should get that for me. I'm there to work. I'm there to find things to resell on eBay and Amazon, all that stuff. But I can't pass up the deals of the clothing that would fit me. And so I end up spending half of my money that it should have been for the business on items that I want to keep. So that's an issue. And then when you get liquidation, it's even worse because you have a whole pallet and everything costs little to nothing. You're spending 86 cents an item. So sure, why not just keep 20 pairs of socks when your sock drawer is already stuffed full? So that's an issue that I have dealt with personally in my life. The housewares boxes are the worst because all of the stuff from Target I think is super cute. All the little lamps and all that stuff. Now, occasionally I do keep things, but I have to make sure that I have a reason to keep them. Paul's really good about asking, where are we going to put that? And so that my house doesn't look like a big clutter bug, I have to be very careful. And so I have 4 steps that I'm going to go through that help me just try to stay in the same mindset to keep you from keeping everything and not going crazy and filling your house full of stuff. And then now you can't even walk through your house, or that room that you designated for your reseller room is like you can't even open the door. So how do we keep this from happening? Remember that this is a business. So every piece of money that you designate for the business needs to go into just business purchases, whether it's for supplies or actual items. And so remember and remind yourself that it's a business. If you happen to be doing a retail arbitrage shopping along with like your regular grocery shopping, because if you're like me, you have to drive about 20 to 30 minutes to the nearest grocery store. And so sometimes I do thrift shop and also pick up my groceries at the same time. Remember to use a separate bank account or separate card to pay for your business items, and then use your personal stuff to pay for your regular groceries. So don't combine those things. Do your best to have, but it's just one item that I'm buying for the business or one item I'm buying for myself and it's on the business card. Don't do that. So it'd be really good to just be very strict about keeping the money separate, even when you're doing kind of a combined trip like that. So that's number 1. Remember that it's a business. Number 2, keep things separate in your space, okay? I know those of you who work out of your house, I did it for years. It's really, really hard to keep it in a separate location. But if you've got that spare room, that corner of your living room, that section of your garage, keep it separate and don't bring those items into your regular living space, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up using those items in your regular living things, and now your business items are no longer your business items. They become your personal property. And so keep it in a separate space, whether it's a corner of your living room or a corner of your den or whatever, and you have to put it in a lidded tote just to keep it closed off from the rest of your living things. I know the hardest thing for me early on was I had young kids, and I ended up with toys sometimes, and I had to get a not clear tote, just like a solid tote, and lid it. Otherwise they would want to play with the toys. But those were toys that were going to be great resellers. And so my kids now have learned they have to ask or buy it from the business. And so they know I can't have everything. Now, do they get the perks of getting an occasional toy or two? Absolutely, because that's the joy of having your own business. You can do what you want. But so number 1 is, remember, this is a business. Number 2 is keep it separate in our space. Do we have any more shout outs? Because I can do that in the midst of talking. I have 2 other points under this that I want to share with you guys.
Diane says, hi, Heather and Paul.
Hi, Diane.
Jeanette says, when will the mystery clothing boxes be available again? Well, we have not purchased clothing pallets in a while, and that's probably why they're low. I surely have smalls and extra smalls. Those are usually the ones that are a little tougher to sell, but like the 2X, the large, the extra large, I might have a medium left. I'm not quite sure. We don't get a lot of those clothes that we sell in bundles like that. It's just harder to come by those sizes.
Yes, when you buy liquidation, I can find plus size, but sometimes they're
They're kind of strange.
We're actually looking into a wholesaler that sells only plus-size garments, so hopefully that will be something that we'll be able to have.
Absolutely.
So then on our fire sales, instead of having one 2X item, we'll have
the only problem I have with that is the price point. You know, I'm used to buying liquidation and now buying wholesale. Of course, that price point jumps up in this particular thing because they're saying, hey, look, it's our brand.
Right.
Still not horrible, and you probably still can make money. It's just like, I really hope we can make money,
right.
you know.
So
anyway,
we're looking at that kind of stuff.
As soon as I have a mystery box, it goes on there. But I'm telling you, within hours after I post the 2XL mystery box, it's gone.
Or even a large or an extra large.
Right.
They sell almost
It sells out fast.
Yeah.
Pamela Berry says, hi guys, I made it. Sorry I am late.
That's all right. Hi, Pam. Welcome.
You are not late, Pam Berry. Margaret Hall says, my motto is if I bring something in, I take something out.
Ooh, that is a good motto.
Smart
Do the Margaret
lady.
Hall thing.
Mary Lambert says, hello from Mary Lambert from Benton, Arkansas.
Awesome.
Sophia says, hi, Paul and Heather. Greetings from the Netherlands. Was wondering how your buying of inventory has changed now that you have a weekly fire sale. Buying of inventory, to be honest with you, hasn't changed. It's just the fire sales have been amazing that think about all the time you spend listing and you don't have to do that. Now, I have to set up for the fire sale. I'll be doing that today.
Setting up for the fire sale usually takes, about 4 hours? And then all of the invoicing on the Friday, like once the fire sale closes, we spend roughly about 8 hours invoicing and packaging items. And so like we pre-pack all the items so that when you do pay, literally I can ship it within seconds. And so it's, it's nice because usually most of the people who buy in the fire sale, if you pay for it on Friday or even early Saturday morning, generally it gets shipped that Saturday because my post office guy goes by, drops off my regular mail at 8 a.m. and then comes back around 1 or 2. And so usually if you pay before noon on Saturday, it usually gets shipped Saturday. So most people, if you've bought off the fire sale, except for maybe my international customers, that takes a bit longer, but most people who buy off my fire sale can definitely attest to the fact that they generally get their items before the next fire sale. So.
Let's see here. Christopher West says, good morning all. Allie Hogue says, hi Heather and Paul.
She's coming over to our house later.
I know. Deborah Reed says, hi from Temple, Texas. When will you have boxes with home decor? I tell you, that's going to be a tough one because every home decor pallet that we're pulling off the trucks and stuff.
You guys buy on the fire sale.
Yeah. We're trying to list it fairly cheap, and as we do,
we
it
might
sells.
make a few more home decor boxes. I don't know.
Maybe. I probably will, like, if all of a sudden we hit on stuff that, I don't know, people don't want to buy, or maybe I need to mix it with some other stuff. I don't know.
The nice thing about putting the home decor on the fire sales is you buy a home decor box and they are really cool because you get so many fun things in them.
Right.
And generally they're all pretty neutral and can fit in your house in any way, shape, or form. But the fire sales are nice because you get the item you actually want. Like, you don't want those 10 other things in the box. You want just that pillow or just that lamp, and so that's been really fun too.
Let's see. Craig says, hi guys, I made it too. I was in the hospital for the last week.
Well, I'm glad you're out of the hospital, Craig.
Yeah, that's good, Craig. So hopefully everything's going okay there, Craig. Lisa says, good motto. We do that also, especially since we live in our RV. Yeah. Hubby travels for work, so I go with him RV living. Cool.
Yeah, so take something out, bring something in.
There was a YouTube family that I followed for a while. I can't remember their names. But they did the same thing, but she was a picker. He did some kind of construction, something or other, I thought. But she was a picker. So she had a whole new way of doing it. She, because they did a certain circuit, they had certain storage units that they had. Really neat. Really, really neat. Let's see. Kimmy says, we have a method too. It's called... OMG, a pallet arrives today and we need to donate or do a local sale where everything in the space I need sells for a heavily discounted price. Laugh out loud. It's called Panic.
Panic and Purge.
Panic and Purge. The purging panic.
That needs to be on a t-shirt. Panic and Purge.
Panic and Purge.
Yep.
Lisa says...
Reseller's motto. Panic and Purge. I need to make that t-shirt.
Lisa says, good morning from Caddy, Texas. Army Wife 411 says, good afternoon from Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach.
I've been to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
When I was training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got to go during training.
I like beaches. I want to be at a beach. Craig says it is for the most part. Let's see. Paul says, hello, everyone. Dawn says, hi. Levon says, the only box that I've ordered is through Honcho plus size, and I've noticed that they have several plus size boxes available. They usually shelf pulls from, he didn't say, but from various stores.
Yeah.
Paul says, how much do you keep, Heather?
How much do I keep? I would say out of every pallet, I'm notorious for probably keeping 1 or 2 items.
Usually the clothing.
The clothing is the big one for me, just because, you know, you can't beat the price.
Yeah.
But the problem with, I should show you a picture of my closet, like literally you can't even cram any more in my closet, and I don't even have a big closet. I think my closet's only like this wide.
It's not a walk-in closet.
And
our house doesn't have big closets.
No, my plan is hopefully one day to build myself a big walk-in closet.
That's right.
That just means I can hoard more clothes.
Add on to our bedroom.
Yep.
It's
Get
not
you that
exactly
jet
a
tub you
master
want.
suite.
No,
That's
it's
right.
not.
I want a jacuzzi jet tub. Okay, let's see. Barbara says, when I catch you live, you and Paul make my day.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Well, you
Barbara.
made our day, Barbara, for saying that.
Thank you for being kind. Carol S. says, good morning, Paul and Heather.
Good morning.
Debbie F. says, good afternoon from Myrtle Beach. I'm new and watching you. Look at all these Myrtle Beach people watching.
I know. Can we come?
What are you, sitting
How
on
about
the
we do
beach,
wait,
enjoying life?
I got it. We're doing a meet. We should just do a meet and greet at Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
Because half the people live there already.
That'd be great. Sophia says, Paul, are you in training fit the big bear during a vacation? Or
What?
I had talked about wanting to meet
A bear.
Not necessarily meet. I'm not going to shake its hand, but see a black bear. We're going to Gatlinburg in a few weeks. But yeah, I talked to another few folks. The owner of the cabin that we're staying at said you do have to kind of be careful. Apparently, black bears have learned to open car doors.
So lock your car door, because otherwise they'll destroy your car.
Yeah, but they just said just don't walk out onto your porch real fast. You know, you kind of look around or make a little noise. They'll move. They'll get off there. So there's never been an accident, you know, or somebody attacked. At least that lived and told about it. You know, but. So, and I think what's happened is somebody explained to me, it's almost like the deer population around here. They get used to people. Mm-hmm. And anyway, but you make noise, they run off. So we're going to find out. It sounds fun. I do want to see one. I've never seen besides in a zoo, I've never seen a bear in the wild.
We're going to show video if we see one. And Paul going crazy with excitement.
That's right, I am. Debbie F., awesome. Ann Cole says, good morning from California. How much is too much inventory?
I should show you. I mean, literally, there's no space behind the camera right now. So that direction, it's chocked full of pallets. How many pallets we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pallets. So I really don't have a limit on inventory. Listen, if you can't walk in your space and there's no place to unbox, maybe that's too much. But my goal when I initially was working out of my house, which is what a lot of you guys are doing, is my suggestion to you is don't buy another box until everything from the previous box is listed. And if you've ordered another box and you haven't listed everything from the box, now you have a deadline. List everything before that box arrives. And so I know with pallets and stuff, sometimes you have to order the pallet, and ours took 3.5 weeks to arrive. And so that was our goal, was to try to get rid of the other 2 pallets that we had in here before our other 3 showed up. And so that's why we have so many right now. But that would be my suggestion to you, is just give yourself a goal like that.
Yeah, the problem with buying inventory is, you know, you make your best deal when you see the product and when you buy it, right? You have to buy it right so you can sell it right. It's kind of the old understanding there. So the more pallets that I buy now, the cheaper it is for the shipping. And so that spreads across all the pallets. So if I just buy 1 pallet, you know, I might be charged $280 to get it shipped to me or something like that, right? But if I buy
How much was
three,
shipping on these last 3?
these 3 total was about $347.
For all 3 of them?
So
Wow.
you see the difference. If I would have just bought 1, it would have been $217. I bought 3 and it was $347.
So it's almost like $115 a pallet.
So you spread that now across all your products, all the items in the boxes. It's much, much better. So yeah, having the space for it, that's why we built this little place here, which is nice. And you could do that at your house too. I think Heather's right though. If you don't have a plan to list it, then what are you going to do with it?
Right.
So you need to consistently be moving it out the door one way or the other.
We have 36 thumbs up.
Beautiful.
Are we going to make it to 50?
We might. We will find out. Let's see. Paul says, fun sounds good. Kim Johnson says, love to watch from New York City. I've learned so much. Ordered from your local guy. Can't wait.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Karz Recycling is
Karz
awesome.
Recycling. Fantastic people. Let's see. Paul says, do you get men's clothing?
Very rarely, but we just ordered 3 pallets, and there's a high probability we're going to have some men's clothing in those pallets. So the place, the warehouse, they're bulk pallets, and the warehouse we ordered from, generally we usually get some of the cool men's shoes. Like I think I had a customer actually email me about the purple men's dress shoes. These are the boxes we normally get them in. So I'm curious to see the fancy men's dress shoes, and sometimes we get a lot more men's clothes in these particular pallets. So we'll be unboxing them probably sometime next week. We'll see one of them.
Right. These, you're looking at suits and shoes. Suits and shoes.
But we also have, like, they usually come with, that's where we get some of the suitcases.
Yeah.
And it's a really random pallet.
These are really cool because I personally think they're coming from Groupon. So it's kind of interesting. It's an assortment of stuff, you know. Stuff you don't normally see all the time, brands you don't see all the time. Let's see, Kimmy says it's called creative storing. We have discovered high ceilings are a blessing. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
We stack all of our stuff to the ceiling in here.
Yeah, we do. We do. Let's see, Craig says, hey guys, I have a question. Oh, somebody messaged us that way. Okay, Greg Wolf says, hey guys, I have a question. Does any of your wholesalers sell pallets of big men's clothes like 4X to 5X?
It's really hard to find the really plus size men's clothes. Men's clothes in general is hard to find. I'm trying to think.
I have not found a pallet or a case of just that.
You can get it mixed in. Like I think some of these, didn't you say there were some suits that were like 50 and 52?
Yeah.
In one of the pallets that we have.
Yeah.
You really just have to peruse the manifest, especially like when bulk has a manifest. You can always call via trading, find out from them, or call Honcho Wholesale, since they just mentioned they have plus size women's boxes. You might be able to get a plus size men box from Honcho Wholesale. I do have some Honcho Wholesale stuff coming too, so you'll be seeing some Honcho Wholesale.
You almost need
unboxing.
a big and tall kind of wholesaler.
Yeah.
You know. But
yep. Those sizes sell so fast, though, that it's hard to get an entire case of that size.
Right. Tammy says, I'm new in acquiring inventory. Any advice on where to purchase inventory from?
I have a list of liquidators that I really enjoy down in the description below. I'll briefly mention the ones I normally buy from. So Honcho Wholesale is one that we've already mentioned. Bulk.com, BULQ.com, via trading. We've done some B-stock, and I've really enjoyed that. We actually have a box I think we might be unboxing later today, possibly. And so those are some that just kind of right off the top of my head are good ones. But all of the liquidators that I like, of course, our local guy, Karz Recycling, they have clothing boxes that are the cheapest that I've found anywhere. The Karz Recycling boxes. And you can get a whole case, and I think it's only about $40 to ship it to you.
And Tammy, it does depend a little bit. Are you trying to buy for Amazon? Are you trying to buy for eBay, Mercari, Poshmark?
Yep.
You know, are you saying, oh, I only want to sell 30 things a month? You know, that all varies.
I also offer, if you're brand new in the business, I have done this for years. I think we started selling over a decade ago, but like full time, I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years. And so if you wanted some advice, I do offer consultation calls that start at $35 for 30 minutes, but pretty much you just come with a list of questions and I will pepper you with as much advice as you can. So you can get that at hookedonpickin.com if you're interested in that.
Margaret Hall said, I wanted to tell y'all that you should check out Ruby Falls, Rock City in Chattanooga. It's beautiful there.
Ruby Falls.
We'll have to see if that's along our path to get to Gatlinburg.
Sure.
Alexandra Morris says, hello from Cyprus. We know some folks from Cyprus, or they had come from Cyprus. So Via Trading was started by people that came from Cyprus.
Yep.
Or a whole family that came from Cyprus.
Yeah, the whole family lived in Cyprus.
Very cool. Let's see. Carrie Pete says, what do you ship in poly mailers? Only clothing, ? Or any suggestions on other items okay to ship other than the obvious breakable items?
So poly mailers, we ship almost anything. Like I've done cell phone cases, I've done toys. The biggest thing is making sure there's enough bubble wrap around them, but it's really nice because sometimes you can get that discounted price if you put it in those poly mailers. So just about anything, just make sure it doesn't get smushed.
Yep.
You know.
Let's see. Imagine taking the poly mailer and
drop kicking it
across the room, you know, and then picking it up and spiking it like a football. If it can survive that, you can ship it in a poly mailer.
That's our motive.
Let's see. Michael says, hello from Ohio. Alma says, hello from Houston, Texas. I love how both of you work together. I love my hubby, but not sure working 24/7. Laugh out loud. Heather and I have done almost everything together since we got married.
We kind of like each other.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, not everything do we do together. So he handles a lot of stuff at, you know, his work. But like setting up for the fire sale, we were trying to set up for the fire sale together.
Yeah, together there was marital strife. We don't argue. We have
intense discussions.
So we were have to like, okay, this isn't working well.
So now what I do on Thursdays is we get done with the live stream and then I go home and I do laundry while he sets everything up, and then I come back over here and then we make the master list that we keep track of everything. So
she has the final say though when we do the master list, because it's, you know, she's the
pricing and all that stuff.
And the main person to that. I just try to set it out. So
he has kind of a method and mode that works really well as far as organizing all of those items on the table so that it doesn't get lost and that so Lexi doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you guys ever figured out that the way a guy thinks and the way a lady thinks is totally different? Have you ever figured that out yet?
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah. I don't know who wrote that book. And I don't know why planets got involved here, but men and women think differently. I don't know why that is completely. It's the way God created us.
Listen, to grow you.
So we just got to sometimes go, I don't have any clue what you're talking about.
There's sometimes like, I'll be saying something and he's like,
why are we talking about this?
Are you speaking English?
Why are we talking? I don't understand. And vice versa happens too.
That's funny.
Okay, let's see. Diane says, please no coffee, Heather, for fire sale. Maybe price circled on sticker with number easier for you and still amazing as ever, make my day.
Awesome.
James Hook says, hello, parents. That's our son hopping on.
Yes, that's
hello,
nice.
James. Let's see.
Hello, parents.
Laura says, I want to start
Clean your room, James.
Yeah. Laura says, I want to start my business. Is it true that you need a seller's permit or a reseller's permit? Well,
every state is different, so you definitely need to check with your state. But I sold for years without a reseller's permit. The biggest reason we got a reseller's license or reseller's permit or whatever they call it in your state is because a lot of liquidators were starting to require it for the tax exempt status. And so I would just recommend, like, it depends on the platform you're selling on, because sometimes you do have to keep track of sales tax that you charge people. But like if you're selling on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, they all take the sales tax for you. So you don't have to really superly be concerned about that. But you just have to check with your specific state. So just call your state state office and say, hey, looking into a reseller's permit or reseller tax ID number. So those are the two things that it's usually called, and just ask how you go about getting it. I know applying for it in Illinois was actually free, which is shocking because Illinois charges for everything and they want to get their money.
Well, whenever you're applying to say, hey, we want to start paying you tax, surprisingly, that's free.
Yes.
They're like, oh, you want to start paying us tax? Well, sure, come on down,
So just check with your particular state. Usually the application process is not too bad. I mean,
No.
The guys that helped me sign up were super helpful.
Yeah, we also, it is not nearly as scary as we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. Like the person, when I had to start filing like quarterly sales tax, I freaked out because I was like, how do I do that? And so I just called them and they actually were like, all right, pop up the form. Let's do kind of a walkthrough, just like, you make
Heather actually called the Illinois IRS.
Yep.
Because that's who we have to, send it to or whatever.
And they walked me right through how to.
Yeah, they were actually really good. Out of all the crazy things that people say about taxes, well, clearly they knew what they were talking about, and they told us exactly what to put and what line and how this and why this. So that was great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Doug says, good afternoon from sunny West Michigan.
Awesome. Are you near Grand Rapids? That's where I grew up.
Mm-hmm. Tammy says, thank you so much. Linda says, hi from soggy North Carolina.
Soggy. Must be raining.
Mm-hmm. Paul says, how long until you got the building?
Okay, so we moved here 8 years ago.
Right.
And then we got the building, 3 years ago?
2
years ago.
2 years.
2 years ago. So we've been in this building for 2 years. And that's really where our business kind of exploded. And the main reason for that was it was a separate space. I didn't get distracted by things at home. When I went to work, I worked the whole time I was here. And when I went home, I did home. And so that really kind of helped.
Yes. Let's see. Paul says, nope. Carol Walker says, do you have any more Goodfellow brand men's pants? My son loved the ones I got from the fire sale.
I think we might be getting some in these pallets that we're going to open
I don't know.
up.
I thought that was the Target pallet.
Ooh, it might be Target.
I'll have to see.
We'll have
I'll
to
have
check.
to see if I've got more. Let's see. Word Vendor 1 says, I think I heard you say you have a reseller's license, but do you do quarterly taxes like other businesses? Do you have a system for keeping track of taxes?
Yes. I do quarterly taxes, and I keep track of taxes on my website. My website has analytics to track
Right.
it. Mm-hmm.
Or we use Shopify for Hooked on Pickin, and that takes care of that.
Yep.
So everything on the fire sale, where taxes is required, that's
and it depends on what state you're in. Some states require you to collect taxes from all the other states. Some states only require you to collect taxes in the state that you live in. So it really is state specific.
We should say we are not tax professionals, and you should consult a tax professional to be able to get a tax professional advice. Professional tax professional. Carrie P donated $2.99.
Yay! Thanks. Because I'm all out of coffee. It's gone.
Kimmy says, absolutely, if we thought the same, we would accomplish things the hard way. Laugh out loud, women work smart.
Work smarter, not harder.
Anyways, yes, Kimmy. Kimmy, you're right. Okay.
Why'd you say it like that?
Casey says, have you ever been regated? Regated?
Oh, so like on Amazon, you used to be able to sell an item and now you're gated in it. Amazon has done that. Yes, there were toys that we used to be able to sell and then suddenly we couldn't. So I don't know if it's just that particular brand reevaluates their Amazon listing from time to time, but yes, that has happened to me. Also, I did have a question somebody actually emailed me or maybe left on the YouTube channel about gating itself. You can't use liquidation invoices to get ungated. It needs to be a wholesaler or a direct manufacturer in order to get ungated for specific brands or categories. So if you're trying to use bulk.com via trading and even Honcho Wholesale, you might not, well, I don't know about Honcho Wholesale, but anyway, the liquidators, generally that invoice does not count. And so what I usually do if I'm gated in that particular item is I just move on and sell it on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari because they don't require those types of things. Yeah. So I'm going to actually, do we have time for me to go through a few more of my steps?
I am almost done, and I'll let you.
Perfect.
Doug Dreyer says he lives 40 minutes north of Grand Rapids, grew up in the city of Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
DeLorean Fan 81 says, with the unfortunate closing of so many big box stores, is finding inventory getting easier?
I would say it's about the same because everybody's ordering online for their liquidation now.
Yeah.
So I would say it's about the same.
Yep. Carol Wicker says, I grew up in West Virginia and never saw a bear. I saw my first one close up here in Florida. Wow.
Wow.
Carol Worker says, just giving me the pant size of her son. Lost Treasure donated $4.
Awesome. Thanks,
Looks
Lost
like
Treasure.
for coffee. And then Wiener Dog 6 says, hey.
Hey, how's it going? All right, so far we talked about how not to keep everything. Number 1 was remember this business. So if you got on late, this is what we already went over. Number 2 is keep it in a separate area in your space, whether it's toting it up, with a lid, but don't mingle it with the rest of your household items. And then number 3 is find a good place to donate the items. Like we have local bins around our town where we can just shove it in there. And I think our local food pantry gets some of the benefit based on the weight of the clothes that are donated. Savers is a great place if you have a Savers near you to donate, because when you donate, a lot of times you'll get a 30% off coupon for that thrift store. And so check your local thrift stores. They may give discounts if you donate to them. It's also a tax write-off too if you do any kind of donating. And then Goodwill, Salvation Army is always good places to donate. So finding a good place to donate, because if you're like me and there's a perfectly good clothing item, but it's not
worth
good enough,
it to sell.
It's not worth it to resell based on fees or whatever. I hate throwing stuff like that away. I'd rather give it to be reused by somebody. And so find a great place to donate it. And then number 4 is the last thing, how not to keep everything. Remember your goals. Have a goals board. Write it down somewhere. Are you doing this to make money for vacation? Are you doing this so that you can go out to eat with your family and cash flow it with the business money? Are you doing this to pay for that new car or pay the car off early? What is your goal? Because if you remember your goal, you'll be less tempted to use business money or keep things personally for yourself instead of reselling them. So you've got to have goals to stay motivated. And so if you just write them down and have them in your face, get a small dry erase board, put it right next to the computer you're listing on, or hang it somewhere on your mirror or whatever. But have your goals and remember your goals. So number 1, this is a business and you have to remember that, how not to keep everything. Number 2, keep it separate in your space. Number 3, find a good place to donate. And number 4, remember your goals. And then I will eventually go through, also on this thread, I might have put too much topic, but I really wanted to talk about it because I feel like it kind of goes with this topic, is how to get rid of your death pile. I definitely have a death pile, and so I want to kind of go over that, but we'll do some more questions, Q&A. You can ask questions about things that are not particularly on this topic, but they're reseller related. Go ahead and just pepper us. This is what the Thursday live streams are for. So where are we at?
We are at, yes. Let's see. Rosemary says, Morning Hooks family. Lost Treasure 73 says we had a bear in our backyard. I sent Heather a pic. I think I saw that picture.
Yes.
She showed me
Yep.
something of a picture of a bear. Says they're in Western New York. Laugh out loud, not common. That is for sure.
Awesome.
Just Me Out Here says, hi, cute couple. We're a cute couple.
We're a cute couple.
Whoa.
I always know he's cute.
Whoa! Doug Dreyer says, any good sources for reasonable costs on men clothing? Doug, we have not had good luck selling a lot of men's clothing besides shoes and suits. So it seems like all of our men's clothing go to the bottom of the basement pretty quickly. So
We don't make a ton of profit on
I
them.
don't look for them as much, but I know Via Trading has them. I believe Honcho Wholesale has them.
Mm-hmm.
I would start there because you can get cases, and that can save you a ton on shipping.
Yep.
But I think you're still going to average probably somewhere around $5 a garment. So if you have a way that you can sell men's clothing, you might do so much better than we can in selling men's clothing. Go for it. Carol Walker says, a lot of bears in Florida, they like our trash. Laugh out loud. Just Me Out Here donated $5.
Thanks.
Says, nice to see you today.
Awesome.
Very kind, guys. Pamela Berry says, with bulk raising their prices $200 for one pallet, I'm having a hard time finding online sources I can afford. I don't have much to spend at one time. Well, Pam, that's kind of why I'm buying. I always buy now from bulk more than one pallet. If I like one pallet, the shipping, I'm like, it's going to be too much.
Cases is a good option from bulk.
Cases can be a good option.
They still do the $30 flat rate cost on cases.
Pam, check into Honcho Wholesale. Check into Via Trading.
Via Trading, we've always gotten cheaper rates for one pallet than bulk.
Yep.
And that's coming from California.
Check into Karz Recycling. They're selling a clothing box too, which would be really affordable.
I think I have the link in. If you watch a Karz pallet, I have their contact info for that box.
So that'd give you some other options right there.
Yep.
Let's see. Helen says homeless shelters are also a good place to donate clothing and blankets too. Absolutely. We don't have a lot of homeless shelters near us. There's St. Louis had a big one, but
there are some of our donation bins around town that give to the homeless shelters.
There is no homeless shelter around us.
Well, I meant to the East St. Louis one.
Oh yes, there is one in
in
East St. Louis. There is one in East St. Louis. It's still about an hour and 20 minutes away, but anyway, that's kind of like when you live out in the country, there's not as many homeless shelters, but there's a lot of food pantries. So we have one at our church. Yeah. So every little town around us has a food pantry, so you can donate that.
Hey, by the way, we're up to 62 thumbs up.
62 thumbs up. Beautiful, guys. Let's see here. Lost Church 73 says, I just got a Honcho box and love it. However, I kept too much.
I did the same thing. I kept some really cute shoes from the Honcho shoe box we got.
Deb Brick says, hello, everyone from Iowa. It's a bright, sunny, mild day. Yeah, awesome. It is here.
Is it windy, Deb? Because when we lived in Iowa for 12 years, it was always windy where we lived.
Mostly. Usually it was quite windy.
Ponytail was like the standard hairstyle for me.
KOH Merchandise says, when you get an item new with tags with a stain or dirt, do you generally just donate it since it can't be washed, or do you suggest listing it, revealing the flaw? I cringe when I see white items.
So normally I will take the tag off and sometimes launder it. And then you have to basically sell it new without tags or pre-owned. And so that's an option. But generally, I go through so many clothing items. Yes, it generally just gets donated. Mm-hmm. So.
Let's see. Michael says, the way I get rid of my death pile is auction or $5 plastic bag sale. If it fits in the plastic bag, it goes for $5.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Good idea. Regina says, I just ordered a Honcho box today using your code. Hope I make some money.
Yes.
Very good.
I do have, they gave me a promo code.
What was it, $15 off?
$15 off. Yep.
Yeah. So if you use the Honcho code below, you get $15 off.
Yep.
It's something. It's something to help. Regina, I just read that one already. Pamela says, KOH, I won't donate if it is stained. Carol Wicker says, I'm scared to buy any boxes, but I love the fire sale. We went to the beach, and I was late to the sale last week and was so upset when I missed out on the fire sale. That's funny.
Awesome.
Wiener Dog 6 says, makes for free shipping on a case. Does it really? For $15 off, makes a free shipping on a case?
I guess it depends on how much the case weighs.
That's cool. That would be really cool.
When I get boxes from Honcho Wholesale, the shipping is not terrible.
That's good. Deb Rick says, kind of breezy today, not too bad.
Kind of breezy. It's 30-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, that's what kind of breezy in Iowa is.
But we have some winds in the last week, going to get hot and humid starting tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, so death pile. You want to know how I tackle my death pile? Because my death pile probably ends up being a little larger than your death pile from time to time. And if I don't handle it, it literally eats up space and I feel like I can't purchase any more product and then I have nothing new and then it's the vicious cycle. So what I would recommend is get a small tote or a small box. Make a small box, okay? So something maybe this size. Put items in that small box and then systematically finish the box. You have to complete the box and you got to give yourself a goal. So number one, make a small box so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming, because usually your death pile looks like Mount Saint, oh my goodness, I'm never going to have time in my life. That's what it looks like. And so make a smaller chunk of it And so whether it's put 10 items in a box or find a smaller tote and just fill it to the brim, then you need to set a goal. I am not going to purchase any more new items. That's the biggie. I will not purchase any more items until whatever's in this box is handled, whether it's donated, whether it's listed, or whether it's given away, whatever it is. So you need to set a goal that you will basically have a consequence if you don't do it. So I'm not allowed to buy any more liquidation tier until I finish the box. All right, and then the biggest thing is reward yourself when you're done. You get to buy more liquidation because you completed that one box. Or, say, okay, if I finish this box, then we're gonna go for a walk with the family. Or if I finish this box, I'm gonna go to my favorite restaurant and get my favorite taco. You know what I mean? Find a way to reward yourself. Go to the coffee shop, get your favorite coffee if you finish that one death box. So that's something that always keeps me motivated. There are times I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it today. And he's like, I tell you what, why don't we finish this one, whatever task it is that we're working on, and then we'll go get Mexico on Main, which is a local restaurant here that has the most amazing Mexican food. Anyway, so we do that to ourselves a lot. We reward ourselves for accomplishing things in the business. And then last, so we've got make a small box, we've got set goals, we've got reward yourself, and then the last thing that I would suggest is bundling items. Generally, the death pile consists of many items that are not worth selling by themselves. That's why they got thrown in that box or thrown in that tote or on top of the death pile. Basically, they're not going to sell on their own. If you look at my Poshmark store, you will see as of late, I have been selling tons of things in bundles where they're pre-created listings, where I've got 4 sets of pantyhose that are all small mediums. There's a black one, a tan one, a fishnet one, all those things, and we've been bundling them together. And so on their own, they're not even worth it to ship, because each item I have to ship, I got to take time, I have to get a priority mailer, I have to put tape on it, all of those things, I have to print a label, all those things cost money. But if you can bundle 4 things and sell it for $10 more because it's 4 of them and only package one thing, it's a time saver. So bundle those items. And so part of setting your goals for the small box might be if you want to just go ahead and put all of those things together. Do we have somebody outside?
I think we're getting a delivery.
Are we really? Well, I'll check. Anyway, so make a small box, set goals, reward yourself, bundle items. Why don't you read some comments?
Are we having a pickup for a delivery?
We're having a pickup.
Truck.
Yeah. Let me look. All right. Anyway, live video, folks.
Live video. Let me see if I can catch up on some questions. I might know some of the answers here. Carol Wicker says, I purchased a Barton's mystery box. It was a bunch of junk. Have you ever purchased from them? Carol, we have not purchased from Barton's. I've heard good things from Barton's. And yep, got a bulk case.
Look what we got, guys.
It still didn't make it on the video.
Oh,
oh, there it is.
There
yep.
it is.
Now I'm sorry. I'm delayed.
Oh,
there it
so
is.
Heavy.
My wife is an incredibly strong woman.
It is really, really heavy. What did you order? Like
Don't know.
dumbbells, weights? All right. Anyway, sorry. Delay.
With all the stuff that we order, I do 90% of the ordering. I look at stuff so much. When it finally shows up, I have no clue what I do.
What's in that box again?
I'm like, well, at the time I bought it, it was going to be good, so hopefully it still is, Let's see here. Trashman's Treasure says, I ordered from Via Trading 2 weeks ago and still waiting. I ordered from Bulk last week and it's on its way. Now I know why you love Bulk.com. The cases,
Yep.
like you saw, come almost immediately. The pallets have been a little bit more of a chore, but that's depending on your area and who they contract through.
Yeah.
Anyway, Via Trading, we usually get our stuff within 2 weeks. We get our stuff from Via Trading. Let's see.
Their cases come faster. The Via Trading cases usually come a little faster.
Cases almost across the board. The worst shipping for a case that we found so far was Quick Lots. And it took forever. Well, 3 weeks.
It was free shipping.
It was free shipping, which no one does.
Ever.
That was cool, but yeah.
Yeah, took forever.
Anyway, let's see here. WienerDog6 says, just ordered my first case from Honcho and via trading, promo code paid the shipping from Honcho.
Nice.
Great.
Awesome.
Sanders says, my first time, missed your auction. Well, don't worry, there's another one
There's
this Friday.
one tomorrow. Yeah, fire
set
sale
up for it
tomorrow
just
at
a moment.
noon, Central Standard Time.
Carol Wicker says, I missed out on the cleft clock. Remember that music clock?
I actually just shipped that to the person who bought it.
That was cool. Pamela Berry says, one issue I have is storage space. It is taking over my living room. That is why, Pam, we bought or built.
Now it's taking over this building.
Or paid for someone to build this
I really
building.
wish we could just turn the camera around and show them this craziness.
Let's not do it.
It's really messy.
It depresses everyone. Let's see. Paul says, thank you for all your information. I speak for myself that it's very helpful. I appreciate you taking the time. Anytime, sure. Paul. WienerDog6 says, that's so hard to stick to, not buying. Yes, it is.
Yes.
So Sandra says, new to all this, how do I bid? How do you bid on the fire sale?
Yeah, so tomorrow we do a fire sale at noon Central Standard Time. And if you're a patron, which I just have a new patron, Myra Varner is my new patron. Anyway, so I put a sneak peek video out for all my patrons, but if you watch my channel at all, you'll also kind of get a bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to put on there. So just watch my videos I put out this last week, and you'll see some of the stuff that's going to be on this week's fire sale. So what it is you basically, everything is assigned a number, and then you write the word sold, and then the number if you want to buy it, and then you have to contact me if you're a brand new buyer and tell me, hey, my name was Carol Wicker on YouTube, and I bought some stuff on the fire sale. You don't have to remember everything that you bought, just because we always keep track of everything, but we'll invoice you through my PayPal store or my Shopify store, which is hookedonpickin.com. So you'll receive an email. Sometimes it ends up in spam, but you'll receive an email, and then you can pay either through secure credit card checkout or PayPal. Either one is an option for you to pay, and then as soon as you pay, then I ship it out right away. But usually it takes me anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to invoice you after the fire sale. So generally, you will get your invoice by 8 p.m. that evening tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then as soon as you pay, then I ship it right away. And so, and I bundle shipping, and you never pay more than $30 regardless of the amount of stuff that you buy. So you could buy 50 items on the fire sale and you'll still only pay $30 shipping. Now, if you buy just one clothing item, you're only going to pay like $4.50. So it's kind of all based on your address and how much your items weigh.
Unless you're an international.
Yes, unless you're an international buyer, and then I set up your shipping based off the exact measurements of your item, and then that just gets automatically calculated. So I don't have any control over how much the international buyers pay in shipping.
No.
That's automatically calculated through Hooked on Pickin. So anyway, so that's how you bid. I usually go over all the directions at the top end of the show. So tomorrow, if you look on my Facebook page or the patron page, you'll find the link to the video linked 15 minutes before we start. So you can be in the queue waiting and not miss the first part of the show. And we usually have anywhere from 70 to 80 items available for sale. And they range from household, clothing, toys.
I've got some pocket knives this go around.
Ooh, some really cool pocket
knives. I
knives.
got more tomahawks. I was able to find some more of those.
Yeah.
And then my dad made more of those domino boards.
Yeah, you guys love those wooden domino board sets, and he made
we actually started getting requests for that, so I think I've got 4. Dad made me 4 more sets that he just stained up. So they're really nice.
Yeah,
they're really nice.
Yep.
So, but they'll be on there too. They're in the back of my car right now. Let's see. Texas Q Patriot says, in South Texas, we love tacos.
Yes.
Midwest Mama says, how do I get more feedback on FBA?
Feedback. So the FBA listings on Amazon are based on the Amazon listing itself. Unlike eBay, where the feedback is based on your personal listing, Amazon's listing is a stock listing. And so really, to be honest, you don't have a ton of control over that. You have control over the feedback you have on your personal account, whether or not you ship fast, whether or not your items are in good condition, whether or not you have good customer service. So that's the only thing you really have control over on Amazon, because Amazon's listings are stock listings and they're based off of all of the sellers. So whether you have a good seller, a bad seller, mediocre seller, it's across the board, all of those sellers that sell on that listing. The only thing you have personal control over is the condition of your own personal item and the communication that you have with the customer.
Very good. Let's see. Carol Walker says,
Trying to read it?
yeah, I think it auto-corrected on her. Carol Walker says, excuse the bad typing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that was trying to say there. Just Me Out here says, I don't follow hundreds of sellers, but more like several. Out of all of them, you guys seem the most hardworking and dedicated and organized. Heather is incredibly hardworking.
I'm not organized, though.
Well, we are in a certain way. It's kind of like, have you ever seen a person with a messy desk? Like, if you come to my office, I have a messy desk in my church office.
He knows where everything is.
But I know where everything is. So
that's kind of how we are.
It's organized up here. Doesn't look organized here. And that's the same way in here. If you said, hey, where's such and such? I can find it.
Right.
But if I told somebody to find it, they'd lose their mind right now.
Right.
And they go, there's no way you can find it. No, there is a way you can find it. Anyway, if that makes sense. Carol Wicker says, oh, exciting. She says, my husband liked his feather knife. Good. Good deal.
Awesome. Yeah. So we do have some more of the feather knives because you guys really, really like that. And I know a lot of you bid on it.
Those sold so fast.
Well, and a lot of you bid on it and didn't get it. And so we're offering those again. And so we found a really good deal on those. I'm working through a wholesaler that does knives. So I'm trying to see what works, and I got to find what's affordable for us. And the Viking helmets ended up getting sold to someone.
Yeah.
To someone who's a Minnesota Vikings fan, which I thought was amazing.
That's awesome. They're going to wear it to the games.
That would be awesome if we ever have games again.
Yeah. Tammy says, so glad I signed up as a patron.
Awesome. Awesome.
Aline says, do you have any Legos in the fire sale? I have to see if they'll be in the fire sale or not, or if they even have any available.
Don't know. I can't remember.
Deborah Reed says, I watched an unboxing last week, and it was high-end cosmetics. Where can I order from them?
Okay, so cosmetics, I've gotten cosmetics from 2 different liquidators. From Via Trading always has cosmetic cases, and they are really, really good. Like, the condition of the makeup is usually brand new and still sealed.
Oh, yeah.
The only issue we've ever run into with any kind of cosmetics, we've also gotten some from Honcho Wholesale, and the only issue that I've ever run into with cosmetics is occasionally just the foundations. The lipsticks, the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, all that kind of stuff is great. Even the nail polish is great. But occasionally the foundations, they must have a short shelf life, because every once in a while I'll get foundations that are expired. But those still sell great on eBay, even though it's an expired foundation. But they must just, as a makeup provider in general, put a shorter shelf life on the foundations, maybe because you're putting it all over your face, whereas eyeliner, you're not covering it the entirety.
I think it's sort of like food. It's best buy, I believe, is the way it is.
So just be aware of that. If you buy a makeup case, that's probably going to be the only thing that's going to be expired. But everything else was really great, brand new in package, and I've gotten it from Honcho Wholesale and from Via Trading. I've gotten some makeup. So, and Via Trading actually has specific brands. So if you want only CoverGirl, you're going to be able to get only CoverGirl. If you want only L'Oreal, you're going to be able to get L'Oreal. So just be aware of that. So for those of you who jumped on late, you're
going to cover it all again?
Well, I was going to just tell them that we did how not to keep everything, and we talked about the death pile. Do we have more comments?
Yeah, we're going to have to hop off here in a moment. KOH Merchandise says, I appreciate you both so much. Your energy keeps me motivated when I want to give up. Thank you for all you do.
Awesome. Yeah.
Your energy keeps me motivated, too. I love you.
He can't even break in and get a word in edgewise because I talk too much. All right, awesome. We will see you guys tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time for the fire sale. Be ready and waiting. We'll be putting out that the fire sale promo video on the patron page. If you cannot find it and you are one of my patrons, please let me know. But you'll be finding it on the patron page later this evening, probably before 8 p.m., my guess is. And so we'll be setting up for all of that. We've got some really fun things available, and we will see you noon Central Standard Time tomorrow for the fire sale. I'm super excited about stuff we got for sale. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins.